Hello, I am Jay Gardens, and this is my backyard. Now, over the next 2 weeks, will be my first attempt at a water feature. And what are we doing? We're doing a disappearing waterfall. So there's our 4x4 box kit. Well, half of it anyway. That will be the water basin. Here are the crate tops for the water basin. We'll put two in there and center blocks underneath them. Now I've marked the area I'm going to dig for my basin. I'm going to use the soil for the base of my waterfall. Now as you can see, I stacked the 12 cinder blocks to about half the height that I want for the waterfall. This will give the waterfall a sturdy foundation, and it'll take up a lot of what would be used in soil. Jay Gardens here. It's day 2 in my backyard. It's digging day. I've got my gear on. It's a hot, steamy 92, Memorial Day Eve. Let's get started. Here I've marked off the perimeter of the water basin. I'll be digging down 8 inches, and I'll be using that soil to help build up the waterfall base. Now, the most wonderful thing about DIY is you don't have to pay a contractor, and you don't have to work like a contractor. So I've chosen to sit back, grab a cold brew, enjoy the fruits of our labor and the sights and sounds. Join me. Now, as you can see, we got the initial square dug up for the water basin, approximately 8 inches deep. And I'm going to call it a day. At this stage, we have completed the water basin, and after sharpening the edges, we added base sand for protection. As you can see, we have a perfect level. I didn't feel the need to show you every angle on every corner, but you want to ensure that the water basin is level at every corner and every angle to avoid water loss. So apparently Mother Nature is forcing a stoppage on the operations for day 3. With a nice strong Texas storm moving in. And we'll pick up operations on day 4. See you tomorrow. So we got all the dirt moved to the backyard and where we want it. Now we just need to start shaping it, and we'll begin that tomorrow. Jay Gardens back with you here at Water Garden, Cedar Park. Made my second purchase, the second week of this adventure. We've got the Monsoon 3000, maybe a little overkill. I spent day 4 purchasing the remaining equipment I need to complete this project. First, we have the 45 mil EPDM liner. That's 8 foot by 20 foot. We have the 8 foot by 15 foot underlayment for liner protection. And we have the 20 foot flex tubing. And as you'll see, I have the PVC adapters for the pump and the fast fall. This will convert the 1.5 inch outlet on the pump to a 2-inch for the fast fall and tubing. There you have the 2x2 coupling and some additional PVC adapters for proper angling. Here's the final piece to the equipment puzzle. This is the Atlantic Water Gardens 19-inch fast fall. I originally ordered the 16-inch fast fall, but decided against it due to its maximum GPH being 3,000 gallons per hour. The 19-inch has a 4,000 gallons per hour max. It's also a lot more durable and better water distribution. Here we go. I've carved out the first drop and the 2 cascades, so this gives you a general idea of the design I'm looking for. However, I've had to rethink a little bit on the top. I need the top to be wider, obviously, to set boulders, and I need a little more support, so we're going to add 12 more cinder blocks to around the back side to give it more support and so that I can go wider on the top. After calling an audible midway through the project, I feel much more comfortable about the stability of the waterfall base and the cascades. We've added 14 more cinder blocks, 8 around the back side to give us a retaining wall, 3 on the top for the first drop, 2 on the first cascade, and a custom rock for the last cascade. Moving forward. Here's a final design before we lay the liner. About a 1 to 1.5 foot waterfall drop, 2 cascades into a stream. Let's do this. For the pump side plumbing, I've cut a 6-inch portion of the flex tubing. I've glued it to the pump side 2-inch adapter. And here is our 2x2 coupling, and this will assist in maintenance, so we won't have to disconnect the adapter portion. We only have to loosen the screws here and pull the pump. I wanted to show what we did with the pump side plumbing before we seal it up in the water basin. So we've got the 2-inch adapter. I used the thread tape to seal that up. We've got the 2x2 coupling for the pump disconnect, maintenance reasons. We've got the 90-degree PVC leading out of the water basin and then to the tubing that I've dug the trench for there. And as far as the crate top, we've made a cut about the size of the pump, a little larger, and we've cut out a small section for the tubing and the power cable. Now you can see how it all fits together, and shortly we'll connect the tubing to the external PVC and bury the hose. As a final step before we start laying the waterfall rocks, we've laid the underlayment and the liner on top. We'll do some adjustments and get the rock arrangement started. Now here's my pride and joy. These were all hand selected from Lake Travis, so they're all native. And I've separated these rocks into different categories. This is the largest rocks of the set. You'll see this flat piece here that'll go right in front of the fast fall for the first drop. This large boulder will be a nice front and center stage piece. This back corner we have more designer rocks, nice shapes and colors and designs. Here we have my skeleton rock collection. Here we have the rounded smoother edge rocks. And over here we got a few sandstones, and then we have the flat rocks for cascades. And in the buckets we have the smaller rocks. I must confess, I'm extremely excited about today. With everything completed up to this point, from excavation to landscaping, pump side plumbing, to laying out the underlayment and liner today, we are now ready to put our artistic abilities to the test, laying out the rock and building the waterfall. Let's get this started. Now here we've connected the 2-inch PVC directly to the fast fall. We've used the black RTV silicone. It's fish safe and permanently flexible. Today we got the mesh placed over the box kit for filtering. Also, as you can see, we've got all the rocks in place internally and externally to kind of build a dam around the water flow. We've left about a foot of liner on each side. We may cut that back to 6 to 8 inches. We haven't determined that yet. And I've also completed the spillway side, fast fall side plumbing. So today we're going to foam the streamline of the waterfall so that we have no leakage. We're going to be using the waterfall foam sealant available at Lowe's.